Hello guys, this is Nati from Information World and you are once welcome again to today's tutorial. And in today's episode, we will deal with Microsoft Excel. The introductory course to Microsoft Excel. And Microsoft Excel is an example of a spreadsheet application. So it's basically used for computations of figures. So I've opened Excel application and I've opened a blank workbook. So a blank workbook usually contains sheets, number of sheets. But this is Excel 2013 edition, and you just have one worksheet. I can decide to add sheets to it. Fine. And with all this part, I would like to talk about a few of them, and then we continue. So we have the title bar. There's a title bar. It contains the file, home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, and developer. And under each tab here, these are tabs. Yeah. So under each tab, you have a ribbon of what? Commands. So we'll not talk about this much here, but let's focus here. This is called a name box. So it contains the name of the active cell. So if I move the selection of the cell to another cell, it changes. Fine. Talk about active cell very soon. And this is called the formula bar. This is called the formula bar, and this is what? The name cell. Okay, so let's continue. So in every worksheet we have a cell. We have cells. We have series of cells here, and the cell is made up of a column and a row. So a column is basically the vertical section of a cell, and then a row is what? The horizontal. Mind you, the lines you see or the borders are not the cell, but the section. The whole section are not the column or the row, but the whole section is called what? A column here, and this whole section highlighted is called what? Row. So when a row and a column meet, then we term that to be what? A cell. So a cell is when a row and a column intersect or marries. So for any cell that you click or select, it's termed to be what? An active cell. So as I move the selection to different cells, you notice that here in the name box, it changes. It corresponds to the name. It's very obvious. Okay. Now let's continue. It's very fast. Some of you requested for it. So a cell, the active cell is ready to receive data. It is usually ready to receive data. So you can have maybe, let's use this name of student, name, age, marks, let's take the age of. It's not important now. So I can decide to select the whole column, then right click and then choose delete, and to delete that for me. New thing for you to learn. So name, marks, and to resize it, you put your cursor or your pointer directly on the line or the border which you want to resize, and then you click, hold the left side of the mouse, and then you drag. You move the mouse to the left or to the right. The same applies to when you want to resize the row. You put on the line and you have this kind of symbol Check it out. And then you drag this way and you have it working. So I want to resize the max here, then put Remax here. Remax. What else? Grade. So I just want to put the grade before the Remax. So what do? I click on the cell that I want to, then I press on insert. It will insert a cell in front of that for me. So here I put what? Grade. And then this is Remax. And last one will be position or rank. Okay, so let's have some quite number of students here. So the first one will be Stephen, Frank, Emmanuel, Victoria, who else? Vida, True Love, Sandra. So let's have these names. You have these names. So how many do you have? Let me delete this row. And then you have about 6. Yeah, it's okay. So 3. You have about 7. Sorry. Do you have 3 guys and 2 females? So now let's try and put some figures into them. So let's say Stephen had 84, Frank had 65, Emmanuel had 59, Victoria had 92, Vida had 68, True Love had 93, then Sandra had 13. Okay, so these are values, numbers. But you notice this, as I type letters or strings, Excel automatically aligns it to the left, but when I type numbers, it aligns it to the right. So notice those stuffs. Okay. So we now know what an active cell is. It is a cell that is ready to take data, and then the active cell's name actually, or the reference of an active cell, is almost and always found in the name box, and the values in them can be found here at the formula bar. You see, so as I move by, the values in the formula bar changes and they correspond to this. So fine. I forgot one more thing. Let me insert a column here and then do something like a serial number, and then I type 1, 2. Yeah, I want to continue that way. So what do? I want to continue 1, 2, 3. So it's incremental, it's in series. So what do? I select, I click. This is when the cursor turns into this embossed cross symbol. It means it's ready to select, like this, as you can see. So you click, you don't leave the left side, and then you drag to the second one this way. And then what do? I want to fill the rest with to cover or to correspond to how the series goes incremental by 1. So what do? I move the cursor or the mouse pointer to the lower side of the border, which looks like a square, this way. Then the pointer now changes into what we call a fill handle. So when it changes into this kind of how do you put it? This kind of pointer. Now you hold and then you click and hold, then you drag, and it changes those. It fills the rest of the cells, the preceding cells, with numbers with the same logic as you did for the first two. So I'm able to get this 1 to 7 without typing 1 to 7. So this is one feature of it. So imagine you have like 4,000 number students here. You can drag and then you have it. So it saves you the time to type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 until the last number. And it's obvious. Okay, so I have it here. So this is my sample name and then marks. So you continue in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Once again, my name is Nati from Information World, and I am out.